Alright, hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we are here with episode number 10 of Noob with a Mill. If you guys don't know what this series is about, I was a noob a long while ago with 1 mil in my bank, and over like the last probably about 2 months, little over, we've been working on the account. So this is where we're at. I didn't start from level 3, I started with some decent stats, but our bank is at 90 is at 90 mil on the dot, and yeah, we got kind of a big merge, I'm thinking, right here. So these all just like they didn't insta buy, but 10,000 just got dumped on me. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make 46 GP per one off of these. So in total, I should be making around a 500k profit. But what I do is, instead of getting 500k profit, I take 500k back in eclectics. So let's go ahead and sell these on. Alright, so that should match about the offer that I had in, so we're going to go ahead and list those up. That will allow us to, yeah, as I was saying, keep, I guess I didn't get it exactly right, but that'll allow us to keep 145 eclectics, and in total that brings us up to a total of 344 in the bank that we have to do some mediums this episode. And another task, just finished up my black demons, so 152 gargoyles, that should be pretty good. I think we're going to go ahead and get 60 farming, maybe? Yeah, nice. Alright, we're going to get 60 farming. I'm going to go check up on my GE real quick before I go to bed, so let's go and look at that. Alright, now that we're at the GE, I will show you guys I have pretty much sold off half of my eclectics, actually a little more than half, so we have that done for. I'm going to go ahead and see what the margin is currently on them. I'll just wait. I think they'll go back up, so we'll see what I can sell one on for. Alright, that's not a bad margin, but what we're actually going to look for is used saplings. We're going to go ahead and buy and sell one of these. Alright, that's not realistic, I don't think. I think you should be able to at least buy a used sapling. Alright, bought a used sapling for 80k, and as you can see we sell it off for 75, which means there's a pretty big margin, which means I think it's closer to the lower one. But as you guys can see here, used seeds insta buy for 74.9, we're not worrying about the insta buy price, and they sell on for 71.6, so I'm going to put in an offer for that, and yeah, we're just going to buy out a ton of seeds. Now we are done with Heroes Quest, so there we go, 1 quest point and just a lot of random XP, nothing to speak of though. Probably going to have to go and get some thieving levels though here soon for another quest. Alright, time to get another task, so going to go ahead and get this. Got done with our gargoyles, so Abbey specs, not too bad. We are currently merching eclectics again. They have 100 GP margin, and right now I've bought 5,000, so that could be a 500k margin, which would be about, 150 eclectics. And just finish off our Aberrant Specters task. Time to get another one. And Chaos Elemental. This is actually something I'm pretty excited about, because I want to safe spot this, so we'll go ahead and get 35. That's actually like 1/9 of the drop rate, so I like that. A little bit of late night merching, but went ahead, sold off all the eclectics. I ended up gaining probably around 200 from that, I believe. And yeah, on top of that, we also merged off some Odium Shard 3s. We bought them for 2.45, some off for 2.75, so good 600k profit there. I'm going to show you guys how many eclectics we now have in the bank. So about to hit 600, which means we got about 1.8 mil-ish in eclectics to 1.9, and going to go ahead and buy and sell some more now. Don't really know what else I expected. Alright, so there we go, finished up a little merch almost. So we bought about 10.7 eclectics, and as you guys can see over here, we sold on about 10.4, which means we profited probably about 260 to 300-ish, somewhere in there. And as far as total eclectics we have now, or I guess it was 242 right there. As far as total eclectics we have now, we have 1,100, so that's a ton. I almost feel bad at this point that all I'm showing you guys is eclectic merches, but as you guys can see there, 10.8 I bought, well, 10.8k I bought for 37.8 mil, and I sold them all on for, as you can see here, 38.9. I'm going to go ahead and use that 1.1 mil to reinvest in them. I forgot to actually keep them. Just going to kind of go through what I've been up to, so I just woke up, but I bought, oh my god, I bought 300 almost, 268 U-seeds, so that's a ton. We're going to see what we can sell them off in sapling form for. But on top of that, as far as eclectics goes, you guys can see here 18.7 for all of those. I ended up buying them for 18.3, so I have about 470k to go ahead and spend on eclectics. And Before, I was buying U seeds for 73k, as you guys saw, and I was able to sell off 43 for 80.5, which means I made 7.5k on all of these, which means I made somewhere a little over 300k off of that. So I'm going to go ahead and take everything out, and as you guys can see, the cash act that I have right now is looking pretty good. We also have a ton of U seeds, and as you guys can see, that is 20 mil alone right there. And that is it for the Chaos Elemental task, so no pet, but I guess I kind of understand the safe spot more, which is really good. I made a video on it displaying it, but there are problems every now and then that you can mess up, and so it does kind of take some practice. So getting good with that, but let's go get another task. Just want to go ahead and show you guys how much money I made. Yeah, you know, just what I like to do. But sold off all of these U saplings. I sold them. I guess I'll show you guys this here in a second then. Time for another task. Hoping for a Jad task, maybe? That'd be cool. No? Black Demons? Alright, well, AFK and some Strength XP, closing in on 93, which is really nice. And earlier I showed you guys how I was merching U saplings, or U seeds. As you guys can see there, sold them all off for pretty much 80k, and it doesn't show it here. Oh, it does. I bought them for 73k. So, I made about 7k on each one of these, so in total that is just, that's a ton of money. I mean, realistically, I think it's like 2.8, or 1.7 to 1.8 mils, so that's a really nice profit right there, and gonna go ahead and try to get more of that. Alright, so I haven't made any clips in a while, but you guys will get kind of an overview as to what's going on here. So earlier I sold off some eclectics. As you guys can see, I bought them for this, and sold some off for about 140 GP profit, which isn't too bad, so we made about 120k or so there. And then I sold off the rest. You guys, I don't think can see it for some reason, but I sold off the rest for around a 50 GP profit. So in total, off the 50 and the 120-ish, just so many numbers, but probably made around 300k. Rune darts, as you guys can see, I bought a ton of them for 1127 and ended up selling them all on for a 50 GP profit. So in total there, that could be around 5 to 600k, but I did have some that I kind of failed earlier, so I'd say more around 4 to 5. And something that I guess you guys can also see here is the Ensouled Dragon Heads. I was making about 120 GP off of each one, and in total a day I probably flipped like 3,000 or so, so we made around 360k-ish there. And also U-Tree Seeds, I don't have any pictures of them, but I probably made a good 5k off of 200 earlier, which got me a mil. So there is that. And we ended up selling off all of our eclectics. I don't know how many were sold off during the last picture that I had with you guys, or the last picture. What the hell am I saying? The last clip. God, I'm an idiot right now. I don't know what's going on. But 93 GP margin. As you guys can see, in the bank, I have the collection of eclectics, and we are up to 1.6k. I'm going to eventually save up and just make a video at like a really big number of eclectics. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while to do that video. But, yeah, so I'm going to just merch some more of these. Why not, right? We'll undercut this guy because I'm feeling it. And another update. So, we sold on a ton of Ensouled Dragon Heads. We made 120 GP off of all of these, well, each one, so in total we made like 240k. Also have a ton of eclectics that I've bought over here, so yeah, 4.2 or 4.7 thousand. I don't even know where I was going with that. Ceradown and Brews have a huge margin right now, so hopefully I can take advantage of that. I don't know why. And as far as eclectics go, I think they're buying for med, which seems a little weird, so I'm going to go ahead and leave, but I'm going to list them in for 3585. If I go ahead and do that, that'll mean that we're making, I think, 75 GP off of each one. Yeah, 77 GP, so that'd be a good, like, little over 300k profit, so we'll take that. Finished up a couple clues, so we got a medium and a hard. I think I'll open the medium first, since that'll probably be depressing. And nailed that one. So time for the hard clue, and nothing really going on here, so that was rough. I hate myself so much. I'm enjoying merching so much right now, and you may think like, oh, that's not a bad thing, but there's barely any content to get out of this. That's the problem. I mean, there's not much to say unless I come back every like 20 seconds with another update on how I made 100k. But if you guys want to look here, you guys can kind of get an idea as to what I was up to. So as you guys can see, I was able to buy and sell off a ton of jars for about 140 GP margin. I had a ton earlier, yeah, as you can see right there. So I probably made close to 800k off of all of them. Some ensouled dragon heads that I was buying for 11k. As you can see, my inventory, I have a little over 1,000 now. I've probably made about 300 to 400k today off of doing those, maybe more. And as you can see there, I sold 8.4 thousand eclectics for 3.5k. I bought them, or 3.57, that's important because I bought them all for around 3.5. So I made 70 GP off of each one of them, which, you know, in total gets me 500 to 600k. So I've just been doing a lot of that, probably made a couple mil today, but that's just a small little update for you. And here we are, did a little bit of merging. So I sold off all of my dragon heads, which is really good. I probably made about 250 coins off of all these, which got us about 300k or so. I just bought 8,000 eclectics because it was a really good price on them, so I figured why not. And I recently released a video, so if they happen to go up at all because of that, I'm down. But even if not, I mean, that's not the plan. They have a really good price right now, and as you guys can see, 3597, I can make 110 GP per one, which means that I think I'll be making almost like 900k if I was able to sell them all right now. Then from there, impling jars. Impling jars are kind of weird. Apparently they've peaked recently, and that's why I'm able to buy them for this low. I was hoping that I could just actually, you know, kind of make some good money off of it, but as you guys can see, I am able to make about 74 GP off of all these, which would leave us with around another 800k profit. So I mean, in total, like 1.6 mil, but not too bad at all. A little bit of post-com coming at you guys, but I made 1.8 mil on all these merches. It'd probably just be easier to say this in the future. This episode was filled with a lot of small merches, and I apologize for that, but also a random mining level for you. Just finished up a huge merge, as you guys can see here. So 75 mil, 72.2, 2.8 mil profit, not bad. And there we go, nice little profit off of a Kodai wand. So as you guys can see, able to make about 1.4 mil on that, and didn't take anywhere near like half an hour to do, so I'll take that. So as I do, merching the Kodai wands like a boss, made another 1.4 mil, easy money, easy money. And just like that, another one sold on. So if we look back here at the history, we got a nice little string of Kodai wands here, I think. So 1.4 mil made off of all these. I don't know. Yeah, no, we had the third age plate legs. That was a 2.7 mil merch yesterday. And then so far, 1.4 mil merches on 3 Kodai wands, which brings us up to 4.2 today. So we are on a nice little merching grind. I don't know if the margin's really here because that took me a while to sell all those, so I'm going to go ahead, or to sell the last one, so I'm going to go ahead and probably switch up items. I'm about to rapid fire this shit off. Let's get ready. So fishing level right there, we made 500k on a Kodai wand, not too bad at all. Went ahead and made ourselves 1.7 mil on some third age blades. An agility level, another 1.8 mil-ish on, I think that was 2.2. Boom, fishing level. Back to the merching grind. So as you guys can see here, Elder Maul just ended up merching it for 1.17 mil-ish. It's almost 1.2 mil, which is definitely nice. And gonna try to do some probably third age plate legs, I'd imagine, but right now nothing's really got too big of a margin. And another day, another merch, so went ahead and merched on an Elder Maul for 1.2 mil. Really nice stuff there. Got a bunch of ensouled demon heads selling off. They're going for about 140 GP profit, so that's about to be about 160k or so. Nothing too much, but that's what we got going on right now. And yeah, just sold off an Elder Maul. I'm currently selling off a ton of my bank to go ahead and merch D-Claws right now, which actually have a really good margin, so we're going to go ahead and do that. If you look at the bottom, made 900k off third age plate legs. Also made like 1.5 mil on an Elder Maul merch right there. Went ahead and merched on another Elder Maul for 1.3 mil, and I made 1.3 mil on the Eternal Glory as well. So celebrated with buying a Book of Law. I don't say this in the future though, but I did end up buying another Elder Maul that I tried to merch. Didn't do shit with that, so I took it to Chaos Ellie. I ended up losing a lot of money on the Maul. I'll talk about that here in a second. But got a Dragon Pickaxe. Pretty pissed I couldn't cut this web, and there's a loss. So alright, so as you guys saw in the last clip, I did actually manage to lose a lot on the Elder Maul. You guys can't see it anymore because I had to sell off some stuff, but I think I lost about 2.1 mil on that, so that was definitely really rough. I could have sold it on earlier today for a 5 mil loss, and I was considering it, but in my head I was like, maybe it'll come back up. I could sell it right now. If I would have sold it now, I would have only lost 1 mil. But I'm happy at where I sold it off because, as you guys can see up here, merged some Dragon Claws. So I'm going to kind of run through them with you guys real quick. So off of this one, we made a cool 600k. Then made a little more on this next one, about 650k. Then we got some big margins on these two. So we got 1.4 mil there and 1.3 mil there. So in total, I think we ended up making, what, 1.3, 1.4, and then 13, pretty much. So I think we made about 4 mil back, which means we've definitely recouped the loss we had on our Elder Mall and also made about 2 mil on top of that. So I'm really happy with that. Gonna try to keep merching these, but the margin's kind of gone down a lot, so not looking too good right now. But definitely happy. Last time you see me in postcom, love you guys, but random trolls task, there we go. And I am back. So got some pretty ballin' gear. Like, look at me out here. But then I got the combat bracelet on, man. Maybe one day I'll get the quest points for some Barrow's gloves. But for now, time to get another task. And yeah, that doesn't sound like anything I want to do right now. So, considering we have the points to do so, I'm gonna go ahead and skip that because, you know, I can do that. And we got Ankus, so there we go. Damn, that's a nice pet, though. And as you do, went ahead and finished up my Slayer test. So done with that. Ankus are over. Giant Mole. I've never killed Giant Mole, but I'll say 35. Because that... Wait, fuck. Would it be worth it to kill 35? Because isn't the way you're supposed to do this with Darok? I guess, why not? We'll go and do 35. That sounds like a good time. And there is the start of Recipe for Disaster. So, not necessarily working on this that much now. I just need to go ahead and do Mole, and I want to go ahead and use Darok, so I'm going to need a rock cake. Alright, so, I've been streaming, and so the things I've done previously will not be in this video, as I accidentally actually had music in the background. But, just got done doing a little bit of winter talk, got up to 70 fire making, only one real level there. We're gonna go ahead and open up some crates, and as you guys can see, I get shit all, because, oh, not shit all. We get something. But yeah, that's really nice. Gonna go ahead and bank that. I'll show you guys what I've been doing at the Grand Exchange real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end off this video, because it's time for another fucking episode to start, man. It's a new week, kind of. So, yeah, I mean, a little bit of merching we did earlier, so as you guys can see here, we merged on a torture... or some tortures for 500k profit there. We merged this Abyssal Bludgeon. I said that really weird. This Abyssal Bludgeon for 250k. And then we bought another 2, which we've been trying to sell off, but they have not sold because I suck at merching. So, I think they actually should be selling for around this price. I'm just going to leave them in, but yeah. Alright, well, just finished off another little merch, so give me a second. And it was an ancestral hat that I bought last night for 4.72 and sold on for 40. Okay, so I bought it for 47.2, sold on for 48.7, so we made 1.5 mil on that. Really good margin there. But that's going to be it for this episode. So, I'm going to finish this all off real quick. Go ahead and check the bank values. You guys can see we've definitely made a lot of progress this episode with all the merches that we've had. So, let's go ahead and calculate this real quick. So let's do it. And so here we are. Time to go ahead and click bank value and calculate. And we are up to 134 mil. So that is insane. We've definitely made a ton of progress this episode. I don't know what I started off with, but that's definitely an improvement. And we are just killing it right now. With the money that I have, we're just going to keep making exponentially more, since the more money I get, the more stuff I can merch, and just the more margins I'll be able to take over. So that'll be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. As always, subscribe if you really enjoy the content, and you guys can check out 07 Helpers in game. Just a little clan chat, I chillin', so come by, say hi. Also hit up the Twitter in the description. But with that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace. Fuck off, Chelsea. This is bullshit. Fuck.